Hey guys, it's Dave of My Freedom Smokes. Today I'm here to talk to you about a new item from Vandy Vape. Is the Mesh RDA. Kind of interesting little RDA. It's something that's kind of come along recently, using old stuff from vaping and bringing it back and kind of repurposing it. The Mesh RDA actually can use a mesh coil. Previously in vaping, mesh, especially like stainless steel mesh, has been used as wicking. Like before people really started using the silica and cotton and stuff like that, people would use stainless steel mesh for their wicking material. The Vandyvape Mesh RDA, there's another RDA out there, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, is also using the same mesh coils. Where essentially you just take a strip of mesh and put it into a postless deck. It's got nice slots on there, and make it a little, almost a rainbow with the mesh, pack it full of cotton, and you actually use it to vape, which I got one built here. If you get one of these and the mesh doesn't really work for you, cool thing is this works like a regular postless RDA, just with a clamp style, similar like what you see on a goon, like a postless goon, if that makes sense, with the plates down inside those slots. You can actually do a single coil, like a standard style coil, or you can run dual coils on here with that instead of using the mesh. You get 3 little baggies full of some of the pre-made mesh coils. They're already cut in little strips. I found, just in my experience, the ones I was using with this one are a little wider, so I did trim a little off the edge. But you get your Ni80 or your nichrome, you get Kanthal, and you also get stainless steel 316L. So you can do some temperature control with the mesh. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I got built here. Like I said, basically we're looking at it like this. You got this mesh put down into 2 slots, and then a nice large portion of cotton kind of done like you would a normal coil, just kind of twist it up, ran it through there, and then tuck the ends a little bit after fluffing it. Now this mesh itself can really draw in some liquid, similar to like a Clapton coil. It's going to hold a good bit of liquid, and then the cotton itself is obviously going to absorb liquid too. But you can really see how quickly that kind of absorbs in there. I just don't want to overdo it because I have already juiced it previously. But it's just going to fire up like a normal coil. It's doing 80 watts. This particular one is the nichrome. It's a 0.11. And when working with mesh or any coil, you know, the shorter the wire, the lower resistance. So I did trim a little off of it so it wasn't sitting up so high. So that's where I got a 0.11. Might have been closer to like a 0.15 had I not trimmed it. I didn't try, did I measure it before I trimmed it? I don't think I actually measured the resistance before I trimmed it. I just went and trimmed it down and got the 0.11. But I want to say it's probably closer to 0.15 if I had to estimate on that. But don't hold me to that. Make sure you're measuring things yourself, obviously. Let's go ahead and have a vape on it real quick. A lot of good flavor coming off of that. It's similar to like what you get with a Clapton coil, just because all the surface area from that mesh. It tastes a little different though. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a cleaner taste almost than you'd get with the coils themselves. That flavor really does pop through on that mesh. So I'm gonna get the rest of the stuff out the box. There's another drip tip they have on there. It's a little Delrin tip that's got some knurling to it, so you can really get a hold of it. Kind of cool. I'm using the ULTEM 810 tip, and they do include a 510 tip in the box. Come out of there. There we go. All right, so there's your little goodie bag. You got Allen screw, you got some O-rings, and there's your 510 adapter. You got 2 replacement screws for the inside of those little plates for the postless deck there. And then you also get a squonk pin, so you can actually bottom feed this on a squonking device. In the cap itself, you do got your adjustable airflow holes. They kind of got an angle in on either side to kind of redirect that air directly towards those coils. And it is fully adjustable, and it also does have the single coil option for if you want to do that single coil build in there. Pop that off there. So you see you got your dual coil mode, and then you got your single coil mode there. All right. So like I said, it's something I really haven't dealt with before. By the time I started vaping, the mesh was already on its way out. But like beforehand, they were really using mesh only for wicking. Now we're seeing mesh kind of come out in the coil style and being wicked with traditional cotton. Or I say traditional, mesh would actually be a little more traditional just because it was around longer. But it's putting off some cool flavors, a little bit of a learning curve to it. I actually watched a few different videos to see how other people built them and wicked them. Just kind of get my own technique down with it. But overall, it's kind of a neat little device. And as I stated, if you do get one of these and you don't particularly care for the mesh, and want to try a regular coil, makes for a very nice postless RDA. So that's pretty much all I got to say for the Mesh RDA from Vandyvape. If you have any questions about it, please leave in the comments below. As always, been Dave with My Freedom Smokes, and thank you for vaping.